Hi, I'm Darnell with Whale Recipes, and this is my 12-day review of the Chefman Crispinator. And if you have not already seen it, please see the initial review. If you're looking for test cooks, if you're trying to learn how it works and how to use it, and all the details about it, everything is covered in the initial review. And if that's what you're interested in, you will not be disappointed by watching that initial review. And I'll have links to that all over here on the video. But this is a follow-up where I do a follow-up review and I talk to you about my thoughts, my impressions, about how it went for me and how I might feel it compares to a few other things. And so we'll get into why this is a 12-day review in a moment. But I will say that generally speaking, it's an excellent air fryer. And it does have a flaw that I'm going to get into later. And for some of you who have seen some of my other reviews that go short, you probably already guessed. And yes, this is another. But we'll get into that later. So apart from that though, it was a pleasure to use this air fryer. I mean, I really liked it. I liked the controls. I liked how it functioned. I really liked everything about it except for the one issue that I ran into during the use of it. And if it had made it 30 days, I was ready to call this my favorite basket air fryer ever. I mean, it was on course, and so it's that good to me as far as how it functions and all. Now, a lesser issue that I mentioned in the initial review that I'll mention here is that having the display on a flat top, you can't see that when you're in another part of the room. You can't just look over and see how many seconds are left. You have to kind of be standing somewhere over top of it to see the display. And so that's one small drawback to keep in mind. I like that this air fryer has a mute option to mute all the beeping and such. It would be nice if that mute option could be made permanent, but you have to enable that mute every time you turn it on and start using it for it to mute and not do all that unnecessary beeping, in my opinion. I also like that this air fryer has fan speed control apart from every function. On every function you can adjust the fan speed of the function. So even though it doesn't have a roast function, I could basically use bake and just increase the fan speed just a little to make it kind of a roast function. So it's really cool having that fan control. I don't think I've seen a basket air fryer with independent fan control before, so that was a real plus having in this one. The user interface was very simple and easy to use, a real pleasure to use, and it always recognized everything that I did because they're like real buttons here, and there's a real knob that has a button here, so it's all physical. You don't have to worry about any of that touchscreen type of stuff. The general build quality for this basket air fryer is very good. It's a sturdy appliance, so I felt that it would last a long time. The noise level is not bad for a basket air fryer. You can see the initial review where I do full sound decibel test, and so you'll be able to very easily discern what you think about the sound for this. As far as evenness of cooks, it's able to cook things very evenly overall. And as far as the hotness level of this air fryer, because some air fryers, you know, regardless of how they might even test in temperature testing and actual cooks, some just seem to cook a little hotter than others or may need more time than others. But this one cooks basically hot, as a hot basket air fryer should when you want to do a hot cook. But also if you're doing something like baking, you're doing something where you take the temperature down, it does a great job of regulating itself down. So it's good for lower temperature cooking, it's good for higher temperature cooking. It can do it all very well for my use. I had no smoke issues at all with this. And so now I'm going to tell you about my experience using the functions. The air fry function works very well. I didn't use the broil function. The bake function also works very well. Reheat works well. The keep warm function also works well. I didn't get to use dehydrate because of the issue that I had that I'll talk about later. So from the other, I guess, functions that I use, it seems that dehydrate would work well. Is just my thought. Now, as far as cleaning, it's very easy to clean. Things are very non-stick. However, the coating in the bottom of the basket did fail, and it failed in 12 days of use. And the folks at Chefman were good enough to send a replacement, so that was nice of them. I will just show you in basically, this was the one that failed. I'll show you a close-up of it in a moment. But they did send me a replacement that I have inside of there now, so that was good. Because of my having to review other products over time and such, I know someone will say, well, did this rack last any longer? I have to move on. So I don't know, but I would say it's probably the exact same. It's just more than likely the fact it's going on. That's usually how things go. But I do want to just show you real quick this one. So showing you this one close up, you may be able to see where things started to wear on the sides. And because of what I've learned from my experience with these things, once they start to fail, that's it. It's over. I'm done. And you can do your own homework on why I take it that way. Now what's interesting is that the coating failed on this one in 12 days, but the Chefman Turbo Fry, I used that for a full 30 days, did a full 30-day review afterwards, and it never had any coating failure at all. And similar type of use, but no coating failure there. But this one, it seems they used something different on the coating, and it doesn't seem to stand the test of time in my opinion as well. Now I want to talk about comparisons, and I'm going to compare to some things, but if I don't cover one that you are interested in for comparison, there are like over 950 videos here on the channel covering well over 100 different countertop appliances, so you can look through anything else to try and make your own decisions. If you're on like a desktop or laptop computer, on the Wave Oven Recipes YouTube channel, there's a little like search box, and you can just search there for anything that you're looking for. And there's playlists for all the different types of appliances. So there's like well over 100 different playlists here on the channel too. So first I want to compare with the Ninja Air Fryer Pro 4-in-1, fully reviewed here on the channel. Now, as I was saying earlier, this Chefman would have, in my opinion, beat the Ninja Air Fryer Pro because I was enjoying it so much. And the Ninja Air Fryer Pro doesn't have things like fan speed control like this one does. However, coating failure is a no-no for me, so the Ninja wins by default just because the coating never failed. Compared to the Chefman Turbo Fry, which I also fully reviewed here on the channel, this Crispinator would have blown out the Turbo Fry by a mile. The only issue is the coating failure. So, I mean, for me, an air fryer that I can be comfortable using for a longer haul is going to beat one that, even though I enjoyed it more, has issues with coating failure. So only that one thing really puts the Turbo Fry ahead of it, but generally, other than that, the Crispinator is a way better product than the Turbo Fry, even though the Turbo Fry is a decent little basket air fryer in its own regard. And this is a window air fryer that, compared to other basket air fryers, I didn't have a lot of, I guess, leak of heat from the front. I didn't recognize a noticeable loss of heat in the front versus the rest of it. So compared to like basket air fryers without a window, this one to me was able to go like pound for pound with them. So I like that. My favorite overall countertop cooker is still the Ninja Prestige. That's a totally different class, so not fair to compare with this. Now I do hope that you enjoyed this review. Nothing in it was sponsored, nothing given to me, no kickbacks or anything of that sort. And so you can always check out, if you're interested in this appliance or others, in the video description there's lots of shop links. Also, the shop icon really helps the channel if you buy through the shop icon here on the Wave Oven Recipes YouTube channel that you may have seen somewhere in this video. But the shop links that are in the video description are to a lot of shops that you recognize, name brand shops that you are aware of. You can just basically pick your preference. And even if you're not buying this, if you use those as your shopping jump-off points for your regular shopping, that still helps the channel a great deal. You can also check out my blog, superwaveovenrecipes.com. Again, that's superwaveovenrecipes.com. Also, you can help in other ways in the video description. There's like my cookbook merch membership donations. And so there are also free ways to help. You can give this video a thumbs up. You can share the video with a friend. Leave your comments, subscribe, hit that notification icon, and good eating.